apologize for a little bit late start to this, but obviously it really means a lot to Daisy to have as many people here to support her on this really amazing day that we all get to share with her. Anytime a student athlete is able to earn an athletic scholarship, it really is a testament to their hard work and effort. Oftentimes, there wasn't any sort of offer coming out of high school, and so the fact that someone is able to come through Hartnell during that time in 2 years and develop their abilities, do the classroom work that gives a coach a faith that they're going to continue to do a great job at their institution, it's really just a way for that person to show how much they've grown here. A little backstory with Daisy is I remember a Zoom call talking to her in high school. This was kind of in the pandemic time, and I'd asked her if she'd be interested in doing track and field, and it was like, well, coach, like, I'm working right now. I don't think I'm gonna do it, type of thing. And I get it. Like, it was a really challenging time for everybody. But we saw the potential as coaches. I was throwing names out at our staff. It's like, who are these student athletes that kind of got their high school seasons taken away? We were really trying to encourage young people to give a little bit of faith to the sport again, that it could get them to where they want to get to in life, that it wasn't just going to work every day while they're 18 or 19 or 20 years old, but that actually the sport would be able to do some things for them. And so I'm extremely grateful that after a year, it was like, I'm ready. I did that whole work stuff. I was going to school, but I really do want to be an athlete again. What I had watched was just this intrinsically motivated person start growing through her videos on Instagram, getting in the weight room, working out, and there was like this monster building a little bit. And so when she finally decided to become an athlete, it really just started spilling out over everywhere. She was probably one of the most growth-oriented athletes we had in her freshman year. It's almost like we couldn't feed her enough challenges because, again, she's coming all the way from King City. It's a long drive here. It's like we always tell kids, make the most of when you're here. And she was really trying to make the most of when she was here with us and trying to soak up everything. First year, we enjoyed a great season. Part of her memories here are that we were NorCal champions on the women's side. She was a contributor to that in the hurdles, on relays, and advanced to the state championship as part of our 4x1 relay. But again, for her, that wasn't enough. It was, again, we just needed to keep feeding her and feeding her and feeding her. She wanted to get as good as she possibly could in the sport. This whole second year has just been amazing to watch her grow as a leader. We really needed someone on our women's side to be the example for everybody else, to show us what's possible within our program. And not only was she that leader, but she taught everybody to be okay with our new obstacles of not having a track to work on, the norm, right? And she would come out and she would do whatever Drew said, or what Dell said, or what I said, or what Larry said, or what Frankie said, or Zach said, all in the hopes that, when we did get to step on a track or throw something, that it was going to be exactly what she wanted it to be. And it paid off across the board. Like, I look at everything that's on this table, from the 3C2A medals to conference medals. She was the conference champion this year in both hurdle races, was on both relays, did all the jumps, did some throws. Like, really, we couldn't, I don't know if we could ask her to do much more than all that stuff, but it really was just, just really showed how invested she was in this team and in herself. And when I think about her choice to go to the University of Alaska Anchorage, I think that they're getting somebody that they have no idea how impactful she's going to be on their program. We really needed somebody this year, and she stepped up. And I think when she goes up there, she's not a freshman, she's a junior, and if they need somebody, she's going to be ready to step up for them and be a leader by example. Not have to worry about not having a track anymore. They have a dome. So she's gonna, it's almost like she gets everything that she's ever wanted as an athlete. A weight room and a strength and conditioning coach and an indoor facility. So even when the weather's bad, hey, there's no excuse. She can run, she can jump, she can hurdle, she can condition all that she wants to, because she's been on this trajectory of this amazing improvement, and they see that. They've given her the options of what she wants to make of her career up there, which is very, very unique. We have had this pipeline to Alaska Anchorage from 2013 was the first time, so it's going on 11 years that we've had someone from Hartnell kind of going up there, and I call it the Great Alaska Adventure. I just think it's a transformative experience to leave our small community and go somewhere so remote in a sense. I think the person grows that's there. I think the family grows from having somebody there. And at the end of it, it's just a positive experience all the way around. Everything that you're going to get to see is going to be amazing. All the travel, all the teammates that you're going to have, they're going to come from all over the globe. And you're going to be able to tell them I come from Peace City. Which again, is going to be impactful on them because we're a very unique area. I've had some Alaska people, I've had some people from Spain and from all over the place that were teammates at Alaska come here and they just love it. They want to come back and visit all the time, and I think that's going to be part of this next chapter as well for you. So, Daisy, it's been an amazing 2 years to see you transform yourself into somebody from a small program in South County that had some pretty good success in high school, but to become a state qualifier, to become a medalist in Northern California, to become an all-time list performer in our school history. It's you. It's not us. It's you. We're just here to, like I said, to feed that fire for you and to guide you. We love the sport and we saw how much you loved it, and we just wanted you to be successful. So we're proud of you. Honestly, our athletes are like my own kids. I always tell people, when they ask me, why don't you have more than one kid? I go, I've had thousands. And it doesn't get any easier. We only get a little window of their life here on campus, but we also get to be a part of their lives forever. But again, we are just as proud of their accomplishments as our own children. We want them to be successful. We want them to be good role models for their siblings. And Daisy's all of that, so congratulations. We have everybody helped out with Daisy this year and throughout her career. I'd like to give every coach an opportunity just to say a little bit of something. It may be a while before we see you again. So who do you want to call first?
I don't know. You need to.
That's not gonna last.
Coach Drew, I'm the jumps coach here at Hartnell. It's already starting, irreplaceable, I was telling Frankie, she never complained, she, like he said, whatever we fed her, she never complained. She exceeded our expectation, even her expectation, just, he always says diamond in the rough, coming from a small.
That's cool. So
Too short.
dropped.
Yeah, coming from a small community in King City, well, I don't know how small it is, but anyway, and then branching out to Alaska. I remember having a conversation with her between the school she was talking about going and continuing the sport. And I told her at the end of the day, it's up to you. It's an experience of a lifetime. You're never gonna get this chance ever again. Especially for what they're offering her. Oh my God, just take it. No one else to say. Just thank you for trusting us. Thank you for trusting me, trusting the program. You posted something earlier, trusting the process. If you guys don't know, track is a really mentally draining sport. And us athletes, we feel it. Us coaches, we feel it. We feel their emotion. We just want the best for our athlete. I'm super proud of this girl, young woman. Especially, I told her she has some unfinished business after the state meet. I don't know if you guys heard of how she moved it, but I'll let her talk about that. But even at the state meet, just her fiery energy, her competitiveness is just fun to watch. And I'm glad everyone's here to support her decision, and she's gonna do amazing at the next level. And I'm super proud of her.
Hey, Zeke.
I'm sorry I was late.
jail fashion, that's normal. But I think Coach Cepeda, I mean, he covered a lot of the bases. What stands out most to me about Daisy is just her leadership skills. As Coach Z had mentioned, we had a very young team this year, and just the way Daisy stepped up and took all the young ladies on our team under her wing, taught them the way to work, how to show up every day, how to get better, how to be receptive to feedback. She really definitely made a major difference in my life and also on this program. This is the reason why we do what we do, is for these moments where our student athletes have grown and developed and gained some skills for them to be able to take those skills and now get their education paid for, and more importantly, it sets them up for the rest of their lives. I'm a former student athlete of Hartnell. I went off to 4-year, and now I've been working for the county of Monterey for 15 years, and I always say I couldn't do that without the experience I gained from here. So not only am I excited for the next 2 years of Daisy's life, continuing to compete in track and field, but more importantly, where this decision is going to impact her family moving forward, because this is a life-changing moment. You may not see that today. It's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable when it's time to drop you off at the airport and catch that long flight and all those different things, but it's a temporary setback as far as being able to spend the time with your family and the milestones and things like that. But you gain all of that back on the back end. So not only am I excited for you, but your family, and thank you, Daisy, for everything. I'm not going to cry. But I definitely, I started here when I was 22, and now I'm 35, and I have a 4-year-old daughter, so I feel like I've now become this girl dad. I see, as Coach Z said, each athlete that leaves here, I see them as my kids. So now I don't have thousands, I have hundreds of kids. But I'm really proud of you, Daisy, and looking forward to your continued growth. Thank you for trusting me and allowing me to be able to have a role in your life. So thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Coach Frankie. For those of you who don't know, I handle throws and then the strength stuff in the weight room downstairs. I just wanted to start with saying thank you guys all for coming out, because this is probably the biggest group I've seen come out, and it just kind of goes to show like how big of an impact it's had on everyone's lives here. So that's one of the things that we try and also bring into like our team, which is like closeness and family, and it's definitely one of those things that we've seen with Daisy, kind of just bringing the team kind of more together. Honestly, even like I saw her probably the most in the weight room, which is in the fall time when there's not really much action on the track and stuff like that. So I remember like just a couple of quick memories that I have with Daisy is having her just be the most excited person in the weight room every single time she goes in the weight room, like eating it up. Like, hey, I can put like deadlifts and snatches and like these just treacherous workouts, and she's just like, yeah, like I'm ready to go. I'm happy to heat this up. Which is one of those things that we really look for in anybody who comes in. Like, we don't necessarily just look for the people who are the most skilled athletes or the ones who are winning state. We're really looking to develop those athletes that are hungry and are looking to ultimately just kind of be somebody, right? And definitely Daisy's been one of those things, as Coach Cepeda has kind of mentioned, some of her hurdles kind of going through her high school career, going into her college career, coming from King City and now coming over to Salinas, commuting. It's been a is the volume up probably. Okay, we got some music now. Cool. So it's one of those hurdles that we don't really account for, but it's definitely one of those things that we have to think, hey, like there's traffic, there's potential accidents, there's a bunch of stuff that could potentially happen, right? I came from Ulster, so every single time, I mean, I got in a car accident my first freshman year, so I know how it is traveling first year. So it's one of those things that's hard to be punctual all the time. It's hard to show up to class all the time. Sometimes you don't have meals because, you're on the road and you don't have mom and dad's cooking down the street. And it's one of those things that you kind of learn to juggle. And again, just kind of like repeating kind of like the positive energy she brought. Every time I saw her, I was like, hi, Coach Frankie, in the most high-pitched, excited voice ever. And that's one of the things that I always look forward to. It's like, hey, like, I could be having a bad day or like just drained from like whatever I had personally going on, and then Daisy come along, hi Coach Frankie, in the most excited voice possible. And that kind of energy, that kind of just power she had was infectious. Everywhere she went, it was just one of those things that just like instantly just lit up the room. And I know that anywhere she goes, the leadership skills that she has, and overall the hunger that she has to become a better athlete that she did, for example, here at Hartnell, will carry on to the future. And not only just here at Hartnell, like as an athlete, but overall at Anchorage, Alaska, and in life, I know will just continue on. So I'm really proud of Daisy's accomplishments, not only just on the track, but just the mental development she had. So mental development, and overall just not giving up on herself, because it's easy to give up, especially going through the pandemic era. I know for a lot of people, maybe they don't understand because of the athletics, they weren't able to go through that pandemic era, but that shut down a lot of athletes. A lot of people shut down physically and mentally from that era. So it just speaks volume for her, not only just coming to the track and like just showing up, but like eating it up and just saying, I want more, I want more, I want more. And just doing the work by herself. Like there was no one really having to push her along or having to like drag her out of any place. It's just she did it herself, which I wish we had like 100 athletes like Daisy, but unfortunately we can't. We only have those two years, which is a blessing and a curse. And I'm just fortunate to have met you and have been a part of your journey, because I know it's one of those things that hopefully just one of the two of the things that I've taught you, or Coach Zepeda or Dale or Drew have had to teach you, just kind of continue on, and maybe sometime down the road you can kind of pass on to one of your teammates, or maybe another sticky situation, because you know how to eat shit, like you know how to like go through those tough points. It's what it takes, man. Like it's really hard to like say I'm a good athlete, but really when it takes to be a champion, it's just rubbing the bad performances or bad days off, and just like, I got this. I can keep going. I know I can do this. I know my ability. One bad performance doesn't define me as an athlete. It's just a bad day. Everyone has a bad day, right? So, again, I hope that you just keep continuing doing what you're doing and continuing being who you are. And just, I know hopefully down the road that we'll catch you somewhere, hopefully in California. We don't go to Alaska, but hopefully somewhere nice and sunny, and you'll share your experiences with the rest of the generation that are coming down. Maybe from King City. I know coming from King City, you're like, hey, maybe I'm not potentially going to travel somewhere like Alaska. So thank you, parents, for trusting us as well, because I know it takes a strong family and a strong household to be able to support someone who they don't really understand what's going on, because it's a bunch of events and a different strength and stuff, and like having to get up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. and no one talks about that. It sucks bad, especially when you want to sleep in because you did homework till 2 o'clock in the morning and stuff like that. So thank you, family, for also supporting Daisy. I hope that you guys continue to support her, because it's much needed for sure in the long run. So thank you. I'm proud of you, Daisy.
So at this point, our student athlete, the requirement of graduation must take a speech class, and I think it's always good preparation for this moment. It's not easy to speak in front of people, especially those that you love and care about, but I know Daisy appreciates everyone being here today, but I'm sure she has some words for everybody.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for all of you guys for showing up today. I really didn't want to cry, but I ended up crying. I just want to thank my parents personally, because they've just been so supportive, especially like when they like realized that like track was something that I wanted to take serious. They, like my mom, like make me healthier meals, or like my dad would just really be supportive and like put his input in things, and just like their support like speaks volumes to me, and I'm just really grateful for them and my brother, my sister-in-law, my sisters. They're just like my backbone, and they're way stronger than me, and they like really supported me through everything, like really. And like my track family, like you guys like have become like lifelong friends for real, and just like all the memories and things we went through together, like I'll never forget. And like I'm saying like so much, but I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys so much, and I'm so grateful for Coach Z, Coach Drew, Coach Dell, Coach Frankie, Larry, Zach, and Adam. All of you guys, like you guys have helped me so much, and you guys have shaped me into the athlete that I am today. And I'm gonna take your lessons and your teachings with me, and I'm gonna make you guys proud. Like, I'm gonna handle business, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And I'm also grateful for my pastora. I don't know how to say that, but she's like been really great. She's been really supportive and just like praying over me and supportive towards my family as well. And I'm just like grateful for all of them, and Alex and Sandra. And I'm just like really grateful for all of you guys, my friends, my family, and just like thank you for being here. It really means a lot to me.
Daisy has already signed on the ceremonial here. We just want to sign that for everybody.
Yeah.
We're gonna take coaches in first and then you can call it.
Okay.
Coaches first.